998, 999, 1,000. Oh, hey guys, I didn't even see you there. I was just finishing up my push-up workout. Anyways, it's Trainer Tip Tuesday, and I'm your trainer, Isaiah Kiefer. Today we're going to be going over how to optimize and get the most out of your push-up. Now the push-up is an extremely functional and efficient movement that you can do pretty much anywhere. You don't need any equipment. You can go outside of the park and do it. You can do it in your living room. Heck, even if you want to, you can go to your bathroom and do it. There's a lot of engagement and functionality that comes from just this one basic movement. We're going to get recruitment from our chest, our triceps, our shoulders, as well as a lot of core stability. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck just with this one simple movement. Today, we're going to go over some cues and some techniques to help maintain that proper form so that you're getting the most out of this movement. We'll start from the head, go all the way, work our ways down to the toes on things we want to focus on. So first, with our head, we don't want to be cranking our head up high like this, looking too high up or looking down. That tightness there in the neck could cause an unwanted strain. Trying to avoid that, so we just want to look straight down, keeping that neutral spine, neutral neck. You can look slightly up is okay, but kind of just looking down to the floor, not too far down or too far up. Next, we're going to focus on hand placement. So the wider you go, the more it's going to recruit your outer chest and your shoulders. The more narrow you bring it in is going to focus more on your triceps. So you can kind of choose that based on what you want to target more specifically on that particular day. A good baseline standard though is shoulder width apart or just slightly shoulder width apart, which is what I'll show you here. One thing I will say, we don't want to go too wide with our shoulders because that can put some unnecessary wanted strain or shearing on our joints, which we don't want. But I'm going to put myself on about slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Next we'll move down to the shoulder blades. So we want to make sure that when we're going down, we're fully retracting the shoulder blades, and then on the way up, fully protracting. So at the top, we have those shoulder blades all the way up in a protracted position, coming down, fully retracting, and protracting back up. Retracted, fully retracted all the way at the top. Moving down, we want to make sure that we keep our core engaged and our core tight to help keep our butt from being too high or too low. We don't want our butt up here because that's going to change the load and the focus of the muscle groups being targeted, as well as we don't want to go too low doing push-ups and overextending that lower back, because that can put an unwanted strain on the back and could cause some back issues, which you want to avoid. So to help alleviate that, really focus on squeezing your glutes tight, and then also just kind of imagine if like an NFL kicker was coming to punt a football into the field goal, but instead of the football, it's your rib cage. Think about how you'd want to brace your core for that impact. That's kind of what we want to focus on for that stability there. So we're keeping it tight and squeezing those glutes, and then I'll add it all together. Neutral spine, come down into retraction, fully protract on the way up, just like that. Now, that's just the basic regular form of push-up. There are some ways to scale it down and to make it a little bit harder. So if that's too tough of a movement and you aren't able to achieve that proper technique, the next level down is going to be just a knee push-up. So same fundamentals being applied. Everything's the same except for you're on your knees when you do that exercise. And I'll change the load for you to make it easier. A next step down from that, if that's still too difficult, is you can go onto the edge of a countertop or an elevated surface and do that same push-up as if you're standing there doing it off of that countertop. And if that's still too difficult and you can't get the desired reps that you're going for, you can go straight up onto a wall and do push-ups from there as your baseline for this fundamental movement. Next, we'll go over a couple progressions for the studs out there that think that just the regular push-up is too easy. So if you guys have a resistance band, I know a lot of you guys probably won't, but if you do, you can kind of just wrap that around your hand and put that over your shoulder blades here and do that same push-up, engaging that same movement, but now with an added resistance to increase that load and to change that load for you. You can also do an incline push-up, propping your feet onto a couch or any elevated surface, and that'll engage more of your upper chest, also a little more shoulder recruitment, and that'll also make it a lot more difficult. So here's an example here. Same fundamentals throughout though. And then also you can just change the speed and the pace of your push-ups. So if you slow down your movement pattern, it can actually make that a lot more difficult too. So instead of coming and just repping that push-up out like regular, you can come down and do that slow rep, really engaging the stabilization there, and being able to rep out some of those are going to be a lot more difficult. You could also come down all the way to the bottom, release your hands, and come back up to ensure you're getting that full range of motion all the way to the bottom, starting at the bottom. So hopefully that was helpful. Went over some regressions and progressions, and I hope that helps with your guys' future workouts.